One day, a man was returning home and near the road he found a very small creature, of unknown species and sex. The little animal didn't even try to resist, as it had difficulty moving. He quickly fell asleep in the man's warm hand, so there was nothing left to do but take this little ball of fur home. The man didn't even understand exactly who he was bringing home and what to do with him. He assumed it was a weasel or some kind of ferret, but he wasn't sure. At home, the man's main task was to feed the child, even if it was not clear what kind of creature it was. The little creature tried to attack pieces of fried cod pulp, but it didn't work. The owner even managed to give the little creature milk with a pipette. And literally 5 minutes later the animal began to show signs of life. Obviously, the animal was completely dehydrated. Later the guy read that it was a weasel and also learned how to take care of it. The milk apparently helped, and the next morning the weasel was running. After a month, he grew stronger to the point that he began to recognize me and grabbed each of my fingers, clearly intending to attack them, as if he were a poisonous viper. When the dog appeared, the animal began to scream loudly, clearly calling for one of its parents. The little weasel continued to live in the man's house. They called him Timmy. Timmy would eat a piece of lean, raw pork or a chicken breast the size of his head without leaving a trace, and then go into hibernation for half a day, curling up in a ball and ignoring everyone. The children really liked the animal. They simply play and feed him until he falls asleep. Anyway, the whole family got used to the baby living in their house. Little by little, the weasel grew up and learned to hunt mice, which was very useful in a large private house where there were many mice. Then the weasel started to run into the street and appear at home less and less. The owners already thought that the animal had abandoned them. But the weasel sometimes did not appear for a long time and ran into the forest again. Apparently she really liked her free life. The man already misses the friend he saved from death and hopes to be able to play with Timmy again. Even if the weasel no longer comes close to us, sometimes it still comes for something tasty.